Good day, everyone. My name is Toyosi Labeodo. I live in Canada, and today I'm going to talk to you about housing in Canada. One of my clients called me and he asked me that he will come to Canada next month and he wants to buy a house as soon as he lands in Canada. Well, I told him, possible, but there are things that you need to understand, and that's why I said, let me do this video so I can educate you about it. So as a new immigrant or as someone who plans to settle down in Canada, who actually plans to work in Canada, you can actually buy a house in Canada. It's not as difficult as what you need to buy a house where you live, where you currently live, I mean outside Canada, but it's possible for you to buy a house in Canada. The process for buying a house in Canada is not so complicated. One of the major things that you must have a stable job, and you must have worked for at least 3 months. If you have done that and you have a good credit score and a good credit history, you can get a mortgage for like 25 years or even 30 years, and that's it. It's as simple as that. In fact, some people that are coming here who buy houses here, what they pay every month for mortgage might be cheaper than what they pay as rent every month. So that's why many people just feel, why should I be wasting that money paying rent and all that? Why don't I contribute that money to payments for my mortgage loan and know that over the years or after some years the house will become yours. So one good thing about Canada is that you don't have to start begging anybody to help you process your mortgage. If you qualify for it, you just apply. They will check your credit score, they will check your documents and all that, and as long as you have the deposit needed, because when you want to buy a house in Canada, you are supposed to show that you have at least 5% of the funds, depending on some other things too, like the cost of the house and all that. If the cost of the house is more than a particular amount, it will be more than that. But for starters who want to buy houses less than $500,000 or less than $1 million or thereabout, I think with 5% you should be good to go. Now I'm talking to you from Alberta and I'm telling you my experience in Alberta. What I'm saying may not be true for some locations like Ontario, or some locations in Ontario, maybe like Toronto or Vancouver or in BC. But I'm talking to you about what you need to have to buy a house as a new immigrant or as an intending immigrant in Canada, specifically in Alberta. So once you're able to show you have 5% of the money for the house, you have a good credit score, you have a good job, and you have worked for like 3 months, you pack all those documents together, you should be able to. And you don't have to bribe anybody. You don't have to go and see anybody. It's not as if they will approve your loan and someone is asking you that, oh, I have to take 10% out of that money or take 20% out of it. No. It's so simple. Once it's approved, you've seen the house that you want, you go and look for a broker who would help you with the mortgage and all that. Once all that is done, they pay the lawyer and they'll tell you the day you would pick up your house. That's all. It's as simple as that. It's not so difficult as long as you meet those requirements. So if your plan is to buy a house as soon as you arrive in Canada, or within a short while after you have landed in Canada, it is possible. I have had so many clients who bought houses in Canada within the first year of landing in Canada. Yeah, so many. I have so many. Within the first year that they landed in Canada, they bought their own houses. So it is doable. And many others bought theirs within 1 year and 2 years after they landed. So if they were able to do that, I don't see what stops you from also doing that. So all you just need to do is all the things I said: get a good job, have a good credit history, try and save for the deposits that you need to pay, and one or two other things, and you are good to go. So it's quite unlike some other countries, like some of the African countries that many of my clients come from, where it might be so difficult to get a mortgage because maybe they are working in private or they have to bribe settle one or two people before they give them mortgage loans and all that. Yeah, it's simple. If you qualify for it, you will get it. If you're not eligible, you will not get it. But if you are qualified for it, you have a job, you have a good credit history, and you are able to raise the deposits that you need to pay, you are good to go. So if you want to migrate to Canada, or you want to come and work in Canada, this is something that you need to think about. If your plan is to buy a house as soon as possible, you need to start planning towards it. So if possible, you can bring the savings from your home country, and just work towards it. Just like I said, many of my clients were able to achieve this within 1 year of landing in Canada. So if they were able to do it, I think it is doable for you too.